everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog, pretty chill, end of the week and long weekend. I wanted to vlog this experience because I have been dying to read this book, My Brilliant Friend, which the author is anonymous. There's this whole thing behind it, and my friend bought me this book for my birthday, and I had been mentioning that I wanted to read more books with complex female friendships, and apparently this one is the one to read, and I'm just excited to see if I'm gonna love it as much as everyone else seems to. And this looks like it's going to be more like the kind of books that I used to read than right now. I've been reading a lot of fantasy and sci-fi, and this is definitely not like that. So I'm really curious to see how I'm going to feel with this one. And I'm also listening to this audiobook, which is the second book in, I believe, duology, which I'll talk about it once I'm done with it because I just started it and I want to see if it compares to book one or not. So yes, that's my weekend. I probably will have time to read a bit more than that, and I want to start preparing. I'm gonna do an Unhaul video soon-ish, so I need to like select the books from my shelves in order to do that video. And yeah, we're gonna go chill at the beach, I think, towards the end of the week or this weekend because it's been so pretty outside. Like, let me show you a clip of like all the flowers and everything are coming out. Don't mind my grass, it's pretty long because you're technically not supposed to cut your grass during May to like for the bees kind of thing. So it's been getting a little out of hand. I think I'm gonna have to cut it beforehand because it's starting to look like a jungle. So that's the plan. I'm excited. Let's get to it. Good afternoon. I was like, what do you say when you say hi and it's not the morning? Let's talk about the book. I'm at page 125. I shouldn't have done that. I feel like I'm gonna ruin it. And I'm enjoying this so much more than I expected. I was a little nervous I wasn't going to love it as much as, you know, everyone else, the hype and everything. But it reminds me of the books that I used to read in school, like literally fiction, which it is. Blast of the past. What is up with me with words today? But yes, enjoying it. I feel like there's a portion which the main character is talking about how she hates how people are super violent to each other in her little town, like her father getting angry and everything. And it makes me realize how happy and just so much less anxious I am living alone, because my mood and my environment is not dictated by someone else's mood. I really don't like aggressive or violent people. And I mean, I don't think anyone's like, oh yeah, I love it. But like some people just love yelling, and like when they're having a bad day, they'll make sure you're having also a bad day. Like they use you as a punching bag. Never again. Never again. Again, this is like the happiest, most stable I have been mentally. And yeah, I just really fell for the character because as a kid, you have literally no choice. Like you're stuck living with your family, right? And her neighbors and everything. So yeah, after just reading it for a day, I've already added the 3 of the books to my TBR. It's gonna happen because I'm truly enjoying it. For anyone that doesn't know for the premise, because I really didn't. So these 2 women, they've been friends their whole life. I believe they're 66 that they were saying in the beginning. And she just disappeared without trace. So in order to kind of remember everything and message her friends, she writes down their whole life story. So they begin with the first book, which is their childhood. And yeah, they live in Italy, and her friend was very poor and kind of, I have grumpy and determined in my head. We'll see if I change words. I don't think it's necessarily the best way, but they kind of become friends because she wants to be friends with her. And yeah, so far so good. I'm really, really enjoying it. And I think I'm going to go on a walk. Maybe I'm going to go to the beach, read a little bit, and I'll update you with the rest. I think I'm going to listen to actually the audiobook for today. But yes, I needed to mention that I find it so good and like so calm and comforting. There's just something special. I understand why it's so popular now. Okay, so don't mind the sweat. I went on a walk. It's pretty hot, but I was wearing leggings and a t-shirt, so I decided to put a giant button down on top because, you know, I didn't want to deal. And of course, like not even 10 minutes into my walk, I get catcalled. Like I literally look like a huge rectangle with that shirt on. And like it just ruined my walk. Like I literally made eye contact with that dum-dum sitting on his balcony. And it really pisses me off. Because now I'm going to have to avoid that street.
And like, I know I don't have to, but like, we all know that I will. I'm just mad. I was going to take some cute clips to include in the vlog, but now I didn't. Anyway, I just needed to vent. It's so annoying. Like, I know what I'm wearing doesn't matter. But like the fact that I purposely put that shirt on, even though it's kind of hot, and I still got whistled at.
Tomorrow I'm actually doing an unhaul video, so I thought I would show you me grabbing the books, showing you little clips, because I always like to see what people have on their shelves, so I thought that would be fun. So you get to see a sneak peek of my future unhaul video that I'm going to post in June. I'm trying to post one a year, and it's time. I don't think it's going to be my biggest one because I haven't been buying that many books, and I feel like I've been reading a lot of books from my library. And they're usually the ones that have been more hit and miss because I don't buy the books I'm not 100% sure about. But I do have a few fantasy that I read earlier this year that did not go well. It is so hot, by the way. It's been so sunny and humid, but they're announcing rain, thunderstorms tonight. So I haven't read, I believe, any of these books, so that's not on there. The second one, I'm definitely getting rid of these. Oh. These ones, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to try this book first, and after that, I'll get rid of all of them if I'm not liking it. This one, I want to try the second book also before I decide. This one, I need to continue to try it. This one, I didn't love it as much as everyone else, but I want to try the second one. These one I haven't read. Not getting rid of any Brandy Sandy, even though I didn't love all of them, but you know. Next ones. This is like some of my favorites, so that's definitely not going anywhere. I think that this shelf is not getting rid of anything, but I think that some of these I need to do like a try a chapter book tag, because a lot of these I haven't tried yet, and I don't know if I will. These I haven't read. I don't think I want to get rid of any. These are challenges, so not getting rid of any. These are everything that isn't the other genres. I should get rid of this one and this one because I didn't love them. Oh, and this one. Oops. Mostly children's book, and then YA, which, you know what? I didn't love that one as much as everyone else. Okay, so now that I have decluttered my shelves a little bit, there's maybe like 15-20 books, not that much compared to usual, but I feel like I haven't been consistently reading bad books that I own. I feel like the ones that I'm unsure, I get them from the library, so you'll see that in my unhaul. I'm gonna put it in June, probably mid-June, so that's what I usually do. You've got a little sneak peek, but let's discuss this book because I made some progress. I'm at page 240. Yeah, 240. And I'm still really, really enjoying it. It's been like 2 days. Like the first day, I feel like it was slowing down and I was like, oh, I can't read 100 pages a day at that speed. But it picked back up again and I'm just really enjoying it. It reminds me of the books that I used to read like in school, I guess, like literally fiction, which I haven't been reading that much since. I don't know if it's because I kind of overdid it and I got sick of it. I don't know, but it's back to working for me, which we're very, very happy about. Audiobook wise, I am listening to Tales from the Coffee, the second book before the coffee gets cold. It's on my phone. It's an audiobook. I'm blaming it on that, but I'm enjoying it so far. I hadn't mentioned it. You're going to see it in my wrap up at the end of the month. In my head, we've already had that conversation, but we haven't. But the first book, it's like a couple short stories, and the concept is that people go to this specific coffee shop because there's a tale that if you sit at this specific table, you get to go in the past. But there are rules. You can only stay in the coffee shop. So whoever you want to see has had to be there. So anyway, the first book I've really enjoyed, except the last story. I didn't really connect with it. So I was scared to continue the second one. What if I don't love it as much, you know? The first story was fine. I'm currently starting the second one. So we'll see. I believe there's about 4 or 5 again. So we'll see. But I'm such a sucker for these concepts. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. Because I love them. It's like a tiny bit of sci-fi. It's great. So yes, I will be finishing that probably really quickly because it's about like 5 hours, 6 hours as an audiobook. So maybe at the same time that I finish this. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to finish it tonight. They're announcing thunderstorms tonight, which it's hard to believe because it's like so nice right now, like so nice. It's gonna be very humid. During thunderstorm, I feel like it's the perfect time to read, right? You crack a window, you grab a big blanket and you read. So either tonight or tomorrow I will be finishing this book and I will let you know how it goes. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to announce it eventually, and I think right now might be the moment. I have some bad news, not about me, but about Mustache, my neighbor's cat. I haven't been including him in my videos in a while because he was looking not good. Like ever since he started coming back again, was it in March? Like he didn't come for a few months because of the winter, of course. And then when he came back, he was really skinny. And he looked like, you know, those cats that are getting older and they can't clean themselves properly. Their fur looks weird. That's what he looked like. And I tried to give him some treats. He would not eat them. And the other day, well, the last time I saw him, I opened a can of tuna for myself and he came and I was like really excited. I'm like, okay, he's hungry. And I tried to give him some. He didn't even touch it. And I have not seen him in like 2-3 weeks at this point. So I am fairly sure he passed away. It sounds very dramatic, but like if you had seen him, he looked bad, like straight up bad. And I'm really afraid to go and ask because I don't want the confirmation. I want to hope that he's not, but he's been here usually like every day-ish if it's sunny. And it's been 3 weeks without him. So I'm pretty sure, and I need to like keep that hope, but yeah, I'm announcing it. You're not going to see him again. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, sorry, bad news.
So this is kind of an abrupt change of pace, because this weekend all passed and I couldn't film because we lost electricity. I lost electricity for over 24 hours, and actually my neighbor on the other side of the street still don't have electricity. So I feel kind of like silly being here filming. Let me tell you, candlelight reading, when you're stressed about the food in your fridge and freezer, not quite so fun as you would think. Let me actually show you clips of what that looked like. I was filming it at first because like, ooh, thunderstorm is pretty, like little clips for the internet. And then it got real fast. It got a little intense. I actually went and walked the next morning to see the damage in the neighborhood, and one of my neighbors, half of their fence is like gone, straight up just gone. Quite a few trees that lost a few branches. I was nervous with the one in my backyard, the one from my neighbor. It bent quite a bit in those clips. But then on my walk, I saw trees literally blocking streets. I don't know. I'm gonna try to post some if you can't see, you know, where I live, you know. But yeah, like this is laughing because it was a stressful weekend. But that means that I was bored out of my mind because Saturday morning I was working, filming videos for this channel. And then when it was time to start vlogging and reading, lost electricity. But that means that I have read a shit ton because I was really bored. So when I still had light, I not only finished this one, which let's start with this one. I really enjoyed it. I don't like, if you usually take my recommendation for fantasy sci-fi, this might not be your cup of tea, but this is exactly the kind of books that I used to read, and I really enjoyed it. Completely made me remember why I love these. It's just a vibe, really, and I loved it. We'll absolutely continue the series. Not quite the vlog I wanted to do for this book, but it is what it is. The audiobook I also finished. This was quite quick. I feel like I enjoy more contemporaries when there's a hint of sci-fi, so this would be a good beginner-friendly one, but I prefer the first book. The Hit Girl by Ruth Ware, because I was desperate in the dark, so bored, and I remember Kindle is a thing, and I didn't know I had this arc. I completely forgot, so this is good because it's coming out in July. So there's two timelines. You have the present time and then the flashbacks. And the flashback, the main character goes to Pelham University, so university setting. I wouldn't call it dark academia, but you know, university setting. And the girl she shares not necessarily a room, but like the same apartment with is really rich, and she was murdered. So that's what you learn, you know, in present time, and you get the flashback, and like possibly the wrong person was in prison. And so far so good. It was enjoyable, more than being bored without a light. But I'm rushing through all of these because I started this. I was terrified of this book. Terrified because, I mean, it is big and scary. But there's so much hype behind this book. It's a classic. Everyone loves it. And I had read the first chapter a couple years ago because I wanted to see. And I was overwhelmed because I was in a slump at the time. And I thought it was too slow paced, that it was going to be too much. And by chapter 2, which if I had continued, I would have known, things pick up. And I am adoring this. Like what, 174 pages, chapter 16. I've been devouring this and loving every second. So yes, my reading vlog is definitely not what I thought it was going to be. This is the weirdest, most disjointed reading vlog ever, but this is the gem. Well, actually, this was really, really good too. The ending though, I could feel it, I could sense it coming, but it didn't change my reaction to it. That's all I'm going to say. But this was really good too. But this, it might, I mean, if it keeps going that way, I think this could be a 5 stars. Like, this could be the best book that I've read this year. And I'm saying this based on 175 pages. I just really love the way he describes the characters. Like, it's super character driven, but it's just, the writing is so good. I feel like I've been reading a ton, but you can enjoy a book without praising the writing, right? It can still be entertaining, which is usually my goal when I read. But this, the writing is so good. It's so good. And last but not least, I feel like I'm rushing through this because I'm so hyped. But the audiobook I'm currently listening to, How to Take Over the World, which is basically giving you tips if you want to become a supervillain, which is fun. I don't know how I'm going to feel about a whole book on that topic, but so far it's fun. So yeah, an interesting turn of event for me, but we had to finish this month somehow. The next reading vlog is actually going to be me reading the oldest books that I've had on my physical TBR, which is probably going to be The Shadow of the Wind and The Knife of Never Letting Go. So you get a sneak peek for watching the whole vlog. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though things got a little hectic. Hopefully I don't lose more electricity. Luckily for me, I've been really good and like pre-filming a couple videos. You've probably noticed that my energy level is completely different. My health has been improving, even though I'm still waiting for surgery, but I don't feel like death anymore, which is pretty good. And there's also a special project coming. That's all I'm going to say. But it may or may not involve changing my background. We're going to keep that vague. A little bit of surprise, you know? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out. And I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye. And I am going back to this now, after I cut my grass.
Kiss on a cheek or love it.